What's up everyone, it's Natalie here and today I am with Allie.
Hey guys.
She came to visit me in LA and she was my roommate last year in case you guys didn't know, and she also has a YouTube channel, so I'm going to have her link down below because we're filming a little collab while we're here. I wanted to film a relationship Q&A, anything about boys, dating, literally anything along that sort. Just normally when I ask Q&As, it's all about me. Like everyone asks questions like, how's your major? What do you want to do after college? And stuff like that. And like I love answering those questions, but I feel like you guys know me pretty well, so I really wanted to do just like a guy advice video because I have never filmed one. Like I don't think I filmed a good Q&A. Maybe I have once before, but it's been a long time. Also, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Natalie. I film like lifestyle videos, vlogs, college videos. I have a vlog channel, all of that stuff. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe. And if you don't, I have a lot of other videos too, so we're just gonna get started though. I asked you guys questions on Instagram, so be sure to follow me on that so that you guys don't miss out. And Allie and I have a little bit of experience with boys, I guess you would say. That sounds so weird saying.
It's like different situations.
Yeah.
Definitely it's a good mix, so.
What is your take on dating someone who has completely different views than you? Things like politics, morals, and religion, for example. I personally think that you should date someone that aligns with you on those things, because especially politics, morals, religion, just because those are such big topics that people get in fights about. And when you raise kids, if you're gonna get married one day, like that's such a big basis of how you live your life, I guess, especially like the morals part of that. As in terms of like morals, I definitely think you should be on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree. When you're in the beginning stage of dating, you're learning a lot about that person. So like as far as marriage, like she was saying, that'd be really hard because it's like, what do you raise your child? You know, like what if somebody is this religion and the other one is this? So I just think personally, I would rather, based on my experience, like I would rather date somebody that is more on the lines of who I am as a person too.
Just because in the beginning it might seem like it's not a big deal, and it might not be in the beginning, but every person you date you either end up with or you break up. So you might as well try to date someone that you are okay with ending up with in the future. What is your best suggestion on how to meet guys? Honestly, girl, I have no idea. I don't know. The guys I've dated, I've been friends with for a while, so I don't have any like random encounters.
That's different though, because like if you're, whoever like asked that, like if you're in college, I feel like there's a lot of ways, like whether it's a certain like friend group that you end up hanging out with, you might end up liking somebody there, or if you go to things that any kind, I don't know, like groups or clubs, I guess, like organizations, you could meet somebody there. So it just really depends on what type of person you are and how outgoing, because like for example, I feel like Natalie's a little bit more shy, but like I will easily go up to anybody and just be like, hey, what's up, you know? And
I don't. Oh my god, I'm so shy. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I just like, I don't go up to guys at a bar. Okay, also I have a boyfriend, so I don't do that anyways, but even if I didn't have a boyfriend, I wouldn't do that. I am not the forward person. If someone comes up to me, if I'm out, I literally like don't know what to say. I'm just like staring at them. I'm like, okay, bye. That's not me. But so also dating
the apps too. I was gonna say Bumble and Tinder. Personally, I'm single, so I would say they are, I guess, like a little bit successful, but I mean, when you think of an app, it's like, oh, are the guys going for one and only thing? Just be careful.
How do you handle long distance? That was a question that a lot of people asked me, especially because I have been dating my boyfriend for 2.5 years, I would say, and we are about to go long distance. Basically already started long distance because we just graduated, so I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's going to be in Raleigh, which is like a 3-hour drive, so it's not horrible. And right now this summer we're long distance because I'm in LA and he's in Europe, so we literally get to talk on the phone for like 2 hours a day because of the time change. It's only been like 2 weeks of being long distance, so it hasn't been horrible. It sucks like not being able to talk on the phone all the time, but I think once we're closer it'll be easier. It's just gonna be a lot of like seeing who's gonna come over on what weekend, like are we gonna do every other weekend, how busy we're gonna be. Honestly, I should be asking you guys because I really haven't done long distance yet, so let me know any tips for long distance, because I don't know.
So my past 3 relationships were long distance.
Oh my god, she's a long distance queen.
No, I have a trend, but I did learn a lot from them, but they haven't really been successful on my end. I feel like it's like really hard because you both are kind of doing your own thing in these different cities, but yet you're trying to grow your relationship. And my last one, for example, was in Florida, and like I would have to fly to him, you know, once a month, and it was just like, it was nice, and when you're with them it's like the best feeling, but then it's like when you leave it's super sad usually, and and I just feel like it's kind of hard because you have to have, like, trust is like the number one thing, and I would say communication is probably just as equal, because you have to, like, know and understand, like, where you both stand as far as the relationship and how that distance is factored into that, because my Florida one was my longest, whereas my other ones were like Charlotte to Raleigh, like she's about to do. But there was a lot of other different things in this relationship for reasons. I really don't think it was the long distance that affected it too much. But
what is the best advice you can give someone who just got out of a long-term relationship? My boyfriend and I broke up after 5 years, feeling a little off. So especially when you've been dating someone for so long, it feels like they are such a big part of you. Like, you can't, like, you texted them every day, or you talked to them every day, or you saw them like X amount of times a week, and they literally know everything about you. Like, it's really, really hard to go from that to just never talking to them again. I think best advice is, honestly, time does heal. It doesn't, I think time heals, and also understanding why you guys broke up. Like, in the beginning, it's gonna be really hard and you're gonna miss them, just because you do have to develop a new routine. So like you said, like, you're feeling a little off. That's totally normal. I think it would be really weird if you broke up with your boyfriend after 5 years and felt totally fine, you know? But it's totally normal to miss them. It's totally normal to feel like you like that's a part of your life is missing, or to be completely heartbroken. Like, I think
regardless of the time too, like, I mean, I was only in mine for, like, I don't know, 5-6 months, the last one, and I don't know, like, I mean, it killed me. I mean, even the one before that killed me, and I think it just, regardless, like, heartbreak is, like, one of the most, like, awful things, and it's hard to get through. But I just think with 5 years too, I haven't been in a relationship that long, but personally, sometimes you grow apart, and I think that's something, if, like, if that's what you're going through, it's something to kind of just realize that 5 years is a lot of change for a person.
As you grow and you learn that you're different people, I think that's also normal, and that's hard to accept too. But sometimes you just have to face it, like...
But better things are coming.
Better things are coming,
Better things are coming.
And my best also advice is to kind of develop a new routine, focus on yourself a lot. What do you love doing? And, like, literally invest all your time into that. And at first it's going to be a distraction, and it's just going to be a little band-aid to cover it up. But eventually you will start actually, like, falling into that routine, and that will be the new normal. So this person asked, have you ever thought about breaking up, or were there any moments that made you think about it, and how do you push those thoughts away? My boyfriend currently and I took a break 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, I think, something like that. It was the fall of my junior year, I believe. It was just one of those things where I was so confused and so conflicted, and there was other things going on in my life that I just kind of wanted to figuring out on my own. And so I thought that it would be best to take a break just to see, like, what that feels like, I guess. I think breaks can be healthy because you see if you really miss the person, if they're right for you, if you're breaking up with them and the way that they act after you break up with them. All of these things, and I'm not saying everyone should go through a break, definitely not at all. I don't think most relationships don't need breaks. But if you have that, like, desire and you're kind of, like, feeling confused, and I don't know, if you feel like you have to take that to find yourself or whatever it is, I don't not recommend it. Like, I think that it's could be healthy. You know, my boyfriend and I got back together after our break because we realized that we both really missed each other. It ended up working in our favor because now I kind of don't take things as for granted, I guess, as before. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think if you're thinking that, it could be healthy to
I definitely
take a break.
Healthy. Nothing can be perfect ever.
Yeah.
Like, no relationship is gonna be like every day you wake up and you're in love with the person. Like, it's not the reality. Like, you're gonna have days where you just don't feel like talking to each other, and that's completely fine, I think. So. And
especially at this age, like, I feel like we're so much change is going on that it's so hard to, like, focus on just one thing. I don't know. I took a break with my boyfriend, and it ended up working out for the better. So
and some people take a break and drift apart.
Yeah, I mean, and then you realize that you guys aren't meant to be together, and that also could save you heartbreak in the end too.
Just
you know?
Communication, talk about it, especially.
Yeah, because I talked about it to him. So if you're having those thoughts, like, I would definitely talk about it.
Communication.
Okay, how do you learn to love yourself and get back on the grind after a breakup?
That's a good one.
Allie?
I like this question. Okay, well, since mine's more recent, I did have a breakup this past March, and even though it was super rough, I mean, you can ask Natalie, you could ask any of my other roommates, like, I cried it out for a good, like, 2 days. I think it's good to, like, obviously get your emotions out.
Yeah, just cry for a few days and then...
and then just cut that.
The crying off,
I mean, I'm not a journaler, but, like, some people are like, oh, journal your thoughts and all this stuff. Sometimes I just have to kind of, like, lay in bed and think through it, and whether, you know, I don't know. I just have to really think about my passions. Like, I've always wanted to grow my YouTube channel. I've always wanted to start my own business and design clothes. There's a lot of things that you just have to kind of narrow down to, like, what do you truly want? Like, ask yourself, like, what do I want to make me happy?
Yeah.
And it goes back to just focusing on you and, you know, using it, like she said earlier, it was something like around the fact of like doing your passion, even though it's distracting you, it'll turn into like something that you're gonna love. Like, for example, with me, I am starting my own like sustainable denim line, and
yeah, go check it out. I have a link down below.
It's gonna be like released in fall, but I am working on it right now, and I'm talking about it because it's not really a surprise. I want people to know that, you know, there is like passions and stuff after falling out of love. And I just think it's been really eye-opening to me, and the signs that I've got overall has just been so crazy because I was so heartbroken, and now I'm just a happy person. Like, everybody at work is even like, you just seem happier, and I'm just like,
that's sometimes what a breakup could do.
Yeah.
Also, what are your thoughts / advice on dealing with the societal pressure to have boyfriends, relationships, or even get married by a certain age? I'm 22 and I haven't had my first kiss yet, let alone a boyfriend. It's really hard for me to put up a front and pretend like I don't care what others think, but deep down inside I feel super embarrassed by this. I completely understand in the terms of like you feel old, like you haven't done anything yet. I had my first kiss kind of late for my friend group, not late necessarily for like society, but for my friend group, my first kiss was like pretty later on in life, and I remember feeling so like ashamed, and when people would ask me, I sometimes would like lie to them and be like, oh yeah, I like kissed a guy when I was 14 years old, literally just to sound cool. I don't know why I did. I'm like looking back at myself and I'm like, Natalie, you were so stupid. Because I thought that people would make fun of me if I didn't, because I didn't talk to boys. I didn't have a boyfriend in high school for the most part. Like, it was just, I felt very behind in that, and I was always worried, like, who's gonna ask me to prom? Like, who's gonna take to this dance? And stupid stuff like that. But like, really, it has such a big impact on you. If you go on Facebook, everyone's married. Everyone's married and everyone's having a baby, and I'm just like, what?
Especially when you're single, you're like, okay, I turned 24 this year.
Yeah. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, no,
Everybody's
on their own timing. Like,
everyone is.
I think that's been like my problem, is like I'm comparing myself to like all of my best friends who have always been in long-term relationships, and two of my best friends from high school are married. So I'm just like,
thoughts on dating boys who have weed / substance / drinking problems. Allie, this is one where I was like, this is for you.
Guys, don't think of me differently. Don't judge. I really just think, for me personally, knowing my morals, you know, I'm not like okay with it. Like, I'm obviously okay with going to have a few drinks somewhere, but like, I think when it's an addiction, when they get, you know, when they drink and they get abusive even, or
they can't do something without smoking or drinking or doing some sort of drug, like.
Yeah, I think when there's just a lot of that involved, if you're not that type of person that generally wants to like deal with it, and you know that it's not right, but like you want to be that with them for other reasons, I think you just need to call it cut. Like,
because it's gonna create problems in the future.
And it really did, and I realized like how bad it was the more I saw them, and like, I don't know, it was really hard, and I honestly was so guilty in the relationship, and I was just like, I'm sticking out with them because I know they'll change, like I know they're gonna change, and they're not. Like,
they're not gonna change. I'm a freshman in college, and a guy I was talking to told me that he's not ready for a relationship right now, but that he does like me. I want to be his friend, but should I move on or wait for him? And how do you go from just being something to just being friends? My take on this, I feel very strongly about some things like this. If a guy is telling you he doesn't want to be in a relationship, or he does not want to be in a relationship, he does not want to be in a relationship. Take him for his word. He is not gonna be loyal to you because he doesn't have to, because you guys aren't dating. So just believe him. So many girls are like, oh, but they'll change for me. Like, fine, like we don't have to be exclusive, we don't have to be in a relationship, but we'll still, like, you're feeling like you're in a relationship.
If it's hard before the relationship's even like started, it's a no.
Bad sign.
Yeah, no.
It's just one of those things where so many girls try to change guys. It's like, stop trying to change them. Go for someone that you actually like from the beginning. Like, basically my answer is move on. Like, don't wait for him because he's not worth your time. He's just gonna hurt you in the end, and his reasoning is gonna be, well, I told you I didn't want a relationship, and he did, and you tried to change him. And I'm not saying you, whoever asked this question, I'm just saying in general, so many girls do that, where you just think that, oh, he'll be different with me. Like, he acts different with me. He doesn't act that way with all the other girls. Listen to him. Like, please listen to him and hear him out, and Don't try to change him. How do you not run back to the same guy? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm separated from my ex and he still reaches out, and it's hard not to fall back into the same patterns. Even though he doesn't want to be with me, he likes to flirt and have fun without the relationship. So I don't know, how do you fully get over someone and really separate yourself, I guess? Exes are trouble. So
I'm like, big huff.
Think about why you guys broke up. There was a reason for that. And if you're the type of person that can hang out and hook up or whatever you're doing with an ex and not get feelings, then you're one of a kind, because I don't think anyone can do that. I just think it's so much harder to like move on when they're still in your life. So I would cut cold turkey with them, just be like, you know what, we broke up for a reason. I don't want to get back together with you. And it's so hard, but it's harder when you realize that you're falling back for them and then they either don't want to be with you anymore, like they're like, no, like I thought we were just having fun, or you fall back together or get back together and then the same problems keep happening.
I've been in a situation where we broke up, but then we kind of like kept, you know, talking through the phone, and we would hang out sometimes, and like I just look back now and then I was like, oh, this is so healthy, like we're gonna be best friends one day. No.
Alright, I think that is it. I feel like this video is kind of hot minute long, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other questions, you guys can feel free to DM me or just comment down below and I will respond to you guys just to give you guys advice, because I like doing that. So feel free to do that on Instagram or the comments below. Make sure to follow Allie and subscribe to Allie's channel. She's gonna be posting a girl boss video too, so be sure to watch that, especially if you want to get back in the grind. You guys just broke up with your boyfriends, you want to start becoming your own girl boss, then watch her video.
It's like the after effect.
Basically, yeah. I loved filming this. I love helping you guys out with these types of things. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.